the Glazers have come out and said that they're willing to look into investors taking over Manchester United. Like you said, it almost feels like this Ronaldo interview has prompted a lot of that, and all this kind of talk now about I think it's Clear Lake, the same company that was involved in the Chelsea takeover, is now involved in United. So, and they dealt with things really quickly as well, Chelsea. But can you actually see the Glazers giving up now? Is this part of the whole end of the Super League? Maybe the Super League was their final throw of the dice, and obviously that hasn't worked. So do you think now this is the time for them to sell up, and do you think they will sell up as well?
It's been time to sell up for them for a while, man. Like, if I'm being honest, if I'm being very honest, they are incredible. I'm gonna say, and I hate saying this, but it's true. They're incredible businessmen for themselves, in the sense that they took out a loan to buy the club. It's a leveraged debt, and they put the debt on the club. So they essentially got a Man United, a big, huge institution for free, and you're about to sell the club for billions. Like, you cannot lose. You just cannot lose. Now, in terms of business, Man United make the money all the time. Champions League or no Champions League, Man United make the money. They get that through buying players. Your Di Maria's, your Falcao's, your I don't know who else you want, Van Persie's, and then obviously Ronaldo came in, Ibrahimovic, Pogba. So they've managed to make money through that. Man United have made Champions League under three of the previous managers. Actually, Van Gaal got there. So did Mourinho, and so did Ole. So they've always found a way to make money with this club, and they're happy to do so. I think now they're at a point of selling because, firstly, if I'm being brutally honest, I think this interview rocked them. Because there's a difference between when a manager leaves and then says the club's not going to be successful because they're not doing. Mourinho had digs at the club's heritage, football heritage, when he was there, which he wasn't wrong about, by the way. People don't like to hear that, but he wasn't wrong.
It's more true now than it ever was, to be fair.
Exactly. He was proven right, and there's that point, and then there's difference between ex-players now coming out and saying, yeah, they're not doing enough for the club. But what are you doing as an ex-player that has a standing within the club still to help, make something happen? Now, when you sign Ronaldo, and then he is making a statement on live TV saying this club is in tatters, they haven't improved anything since 2009, and the stadium's poor, the infrastructure, everything's poor. That's a direct shot at the owners. Whether the fans believe that Ronaldo wanted to say it because he believes that United should be in a better place with better owners, or whether it was a tactic to get him out of the club, regardless, him saying it works. It has power. And on top of that, I think Man United year on year are starting to make the Glazers less money. So even though they're making them money, the income is slowly coming down now. It's starting to get some losses in there from the previous year. And on top of that, now with Newcastle now becoming now another financial power, you've now got Man City, you've got Liverpool, Arsenal are doing well this season. Chelsea have gone from rich owner to another rich owner. Spurs are actually rich, but they're just very selfish as a club in terms of spending on the team.
Tight.
And very tight. and Newcastle now. And even if you talk about other clubs, someone like Nottingham Forest getting promoted and being able to sign 22 players.
Yeah, it's mad. It's unheard of.
Exactly. So, they're in a stage right now where they got to really sit there and say, okay, if we're not willing to invest in this team, like the way the club really needs to be invested in, because we've spent billions, which is insane to say. They spent billions since 2005, but the club is still not off the level since 2013. It's crazy. It's the same thing to say, but this is where we are. If we're not competing and the club's money is now going, the deal with Adidas is on strings. Team Viewer are not even keen on having their name on the shirt anymore.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah,
if all of this is happening, is it worth us staying here? Is it worth us keeping the club? For them, I feel like they got to the point where they're like, I don't think so. So I think what they're looking for is not an immediate sale, but if they get a bid of 5 billion plus, they're out of there. They're gone.
It's
That's what I mean.
crazy money, man.
So I'm hoping it's going to be someone from Asia, not from America.
Well, the Americans usually sell to Americans. That's the only thing. So they like to keep it in house. But I think was it Jim Ratcliffe who was interested?
I don't trust that guy.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't
He's
trust
interested in Chelsea at one. I'm sure is he not a United fan, but he was interested in Chelsea.
He's a pure United fan. Yeah. But his backers are already invested in Nice. That's why they brought those Premier League guys in. So he's and also I think the main owners, the Glazers, have put the trust in what they call Rain something, who were
Rain Group,
influential in your sale,
the
right?
Chelsea. So not Clear Lake, it was Rain. Yeah.
So they're trying to get an American sale, I guess, as you said. But I think if someone comes with the money up front and says, "Hey, take it and get out of here," I think they run. So
I reckon it's the best thing for the club. I'm going to be honest. I think, not even just for the fans. I think to move the club forward. Like Ronaldo's not wrong in that sense when he says that nothing has changed, nothing has moved, no improvement on and off the field. Well, there's been improvement on the field to an extent, but in terms of enough to outweigh what's been spent isn't equated to what's been done on the pitch and off the pitch. So I think he's right in that sense, and I think wherever Ronaldo ends up, it'll be good for him. What happens to United will be good for them. I think the Glazers leaving will be good for a lot of fans as well, who I know a lot of them not abandoned, but have lost touch with the club. Do you know what I mean? They don't really go to Old Trafford, or they don't really feel there's a connection with the club. But I think new owners coming in, new lease of life, all of that stuff, man. So it'd be interesting to see how that ends up.